All right, what is up, everyone? I hope the sound is coming through. We are live. It is a Tuesday, just the run-of-the-mill Tuesday, and I needed to go live. Nothing in particular to talk about, just talking about life. Life is heavy, and it can get heavy at times. Is it heavy for you all out there? What do you all got going on in your life? Is things going great, or is things kind of tough, it's different for everyone. But a lot of news happening. There's a lot of things happening in the news. I don't have anything specific about the news. I'm just seems like right now, like for me personally, it seems it's a busy time of the year, and just life in general. A lot of things happening, and it just can almost wear you down sometimes, because you think when everything could be the greatest, it could almost be the toughest. We think everything. I mean, I found for me, even the best things in life seems like they come and they always don't go the way that you want them. Things just, I don't know. It's hard to even put it into words. Like, it's just, you think everything would be great and wonderful, but when you actually get it, it sometimes can be, you just take it for granted. You get something and you just take it for granted, and how quickly, at least for me, like if if I finally get what I wanted, I get it. And then I just I just move on to the next thing. How easy it is to not be content and thankful and grateful for the many blessings I get, and I don't know if anyone else out there has experienced this type of, the emotions and just reality and just what you're going through, I'm basically just going to just talk. I'm just going to just randomly just talk and say things that come across my mind. Sometimes you just got built up thoughts and things you just want to express and just tell everybody about. But it's what I found, that when I am in person with people, the last thing I want to do is talk, and the last thing I do, and I'll throw that in there, I do. The last thing I do is talk, because it's like, I just find it, just for me personally, when I'm with people, like face to face with someone, I cannot actually be who I want to be, because I overanalyze and overthink everything that I would say and want to say, that I cannot be a genuine person. And it's like, I'm just looking at their face and how they're looking at me, and it's just, I know that I'm almost talking into the wind. Maybe there is somebody out there that experiences things like this in their life, who they want to be and who they feel like inside, but like when they're actually with others, you can't be that, because you got to have guards up. You got to have things up that so you don't let people see who you truly are. And you just you're just a closed book. You're a closed book. At least that's how I feel. I feel like I have to be a closed book, because nobody understands. Is anyone else out there that you feel like no one understands? No one gets it. No one, people are just in their own world. People are in their own world doing their own thing. And that's why it's a beautiful thing. And if you don't do this yourself, if you don't have something where you just go live and you just say what you think, I encourage, I'd say do it, because it feels good, because a lot of times, just regular life, you can't do that. You go do your thing, your work, your family life, and just your friends and who you're with and everything. And sometimes you just can't be who you want to be, because a lot of times people can't handle it. People can't handle the real you, and people can't, I've found that people, or it feels like that people can't handle the real me. So, it's not about me. It's not about me. And I'm trying to completely change my approach in the way that I do things, and make it about others, make it about you, whoever's on the other end of this, whoever actually ever listens to this and hears me. I want to reverse my whole thought process and get it out of making it about me, because I am so, by nature, so freaking selfish. And that's why I said, the title of this live right now is Random freaking thoughts. It feels good to say freaking sometimes. Sometimes that's a better F word to say than the other F word, But a lot of times, man, I want to say the real one. I want to say it, and I don't. And I don't, because I struggle with that, because I don't want to be a person that just cusses, but like maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe that it doesn't matter, but nobody else probably even thinks about that type of stuff. But like I've said it before, it just sometimes it's like almost what we label as cuss words or whatever. It's just almost like it's just a way to express almost what you can't. It's like an unutterable word, an unutterable feeling that you have, and the thing that gets it out the most is just saying it, And I know everybody, most people out there, most people I'd run across, they would think I'm insane for even thinking like that, like thinking like, who gives a if you cuss, who cares, But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I guess I'm just thinking about my witness, the way people see me, and I don't want to, I don't know. Because anybody that would actually care would almost be a judgy person, Any person that would actually care, like, oh, you cussed, I know I've talked about that before, but that's just how I feel, But a lot of these things, who knows, like I'll cut out when actually people out there. So it's like if people get the live version, I really appreciate you being there, because then you get to hear. Here I am unfiltered, and I hate being filtered. I am overly filtered, I'm just going to chit chat as we get it, like we are past the election, as we are past like, the chaos that was last week, and just, and I would say like, even for me, I'll get a little bit personal, We've recently had another child, and I'm very, very thankful for that. So maybe it's just, and it was I'd been wanting to have another child for a while, and just very thankful for that. So it's just actually I just quickly move on, and I quickly don't not as appreciative as I would think I would be when I actually have that. And then I don't even know what it is. It's just like, I think I don't know if I'm like, I am heightenedly emotional inside and internally, and I don't know what it is. I just don't. But it's good to be able to air it out. It's good to be able to talk it out. It's good to be able to just think it out and express myself, which, like, because I don't do this. I mean, I'm not going to go and talk to most people. I'm not going to go and really even talk to my wife, about like a lot of things, because it's like, it's almost, I feel good just like talking it out, to whoever would listen out in the world, because it's just cool. Like, because like if I'm just the people you're most personal and close with, you don't even want to bring up anything. You don't want to, like, I don't know. You just don't want to show your real self a lot of times. When I'm saying you don't want to say, I'm speaking of me for the most part, and how I project onto others, how I think that they would feel and think, but either way, it's feels good to just be able to talk things out. It's just, like I said, we recently had a child, and we're very, very blessed and thankful for that. And I think maybe it's just like during stressful times, maybe sleep deprived times, you maybe kind of things can seem more insurmountable and a bigger problem, a bigger issue than it actually is. When things, I think I don't want to say this, but I'll say it. And I hate even saying it, but like, I'm gonna say I'm a drama king, even though it's the normal phrase is the drama queen. I have drama syndrome, like I everything about me is I am so freaking theater. And that's why I absolutely love movies. I absolutely love that stuff. I'll go to plays in a second. I love everything about, like, Hollywood and the Oscars and people acting. Acting just drives me freaking crazy, because I'm just so in awe of people that act. I think it's because it is an insane skill for someone to have, and I just mesmerized by it, because you really appreciate how good acting is when you see someone that doesn't act good. So someone that's not as great of an actor, and the ones that are, they just make it look so easy. And I've tried to act, and I wonder how I could actually do if I really put in a scene and I needed to act. I needed to just, let it all hang out. I needed to not hold anything back, but be who I just complete, because I would be devoted to a part. I would just be like completely devoted to a part. But I know how hard it is to actually do it, because there's the nerves. You get the nerves of when people are actually looking at me, people are actually watching me, people are hearing me, and you clam up, you tense up, and how am I going to remember my lines, not just forget everything I was supposed to say, and how I'm supposed to say it. I think people are blessed in different ways. Some people have great ability, just off the cuff, just talk. Some people have the ability to remember stuff and remember lines and say it a certain way. This has also been a tough thing for me lately. It's just, I've been really like struggling with just people in general. I'm just like, awful to say, but it's just like, I'm almost tired of people, and it's just like, and I think it's just where I don't jive with people sometimes. And it's tough for me. I don't know if anybody else out there has that, but it's like, even the people you feel closest to and you think you're closest to, sometimes you can just get let down. They're not able to match the pedestal you put them on, and you just, I'm actually recording this from my phone, and I hope it's actually coming through the volume. I don't even know. But I just wanted to talk some random stuff. Just get on here, and I don't have anything like newsworthy. And maybe like anyone that's ever listens to this stuff, if you just like what you like to hear, because I'm trying to really figure out like what I want to create, what I want to kind of put together. Because I have my desires, I have my things that I like to do, and I like to talk about and do shows on and do content about. But I want to figure out who's on the other end, what you all like, what you want, and bring you something that you want, and like, but maybe it is like, maybe it's that whole thing, like, I need to just continue with what I'm passionate about, and the right audience will find me, and I will find the right audience, and I'm not going to be a person that's just, I can't do anything like just if I'm not doing it all the way, but I absolutely love doing this stuff. I love making the videos, making the podcast, making the stories and all that. And so, but it's just finding that balance, that delicate balance that is life, and so I guess I could bring up like, how is everyone out there doing? I think we are in kind of a chaotic time. Like, I said over and over, and I repeated this over, and I think just talking about politics, and politics for me is just, it's fun to discuss. It's fun to just watch and see what's going on. But it can also turn so many people off. And I get that. I totally get that, but like, I guess, what do you all think? What do you think? Are you a person that enjoys talking about it? Are you a person that stays away, steers clear, and doesn't want to like get on that? I like to talk about real things. I want to just discuss real matters, matters, of life and what is actually going on, and not just like, just do stuff that's just, what I'm trying to say, like fluff that doesn't actually get to the heart of the issue, that just goes around just to talk about things, but like, just like what people are actually going through, because that's why I like, this is like real and raw, like what I'm just like, just telling you how I'm feeling, or what I'm going through. And like, I know everybody out there is going through something in life, whatever you're battling, because everything can seem great, or it can be the worst time of your life. You can be going through the worst time of your life. And also you can feel like you're just being who you are. You're in, but you're like almost making it like a show. You're just like, when you're out with everybody sees one thing, but who you are inside, when you're by yourself, you feel just completely alone. You completely, no one gets you. And maybe that, cause for me, that's why I'm wondering, like, is anyone else out there like that? Because I am like somebody that's just like, I feel like no one gets me. And it's like, no one literally gets me at all. And I'm always like on the outskirts. I'm always, like, I feel like I don't jive with people that easily. I'm just doing my own thing. Even the people you'd think that I'd be closest to, or, it's, I mean, but for me at least, I'm not afraid to, like, or even worried to tell people, like, it is, like, I am definitely where I have been humbled. I am, like, not saying that I am humble, but I have been humbled in a lot of ways. So it's like nothing I'm not something that ever where I would ever think. I mean, I've just seen the worst in me, and it's like I just would never wish the things that I've thought and gone through upon anyone, and it's just like some people like talking about real stuff, some people, don't. And I think there's a time and place for everything. Sometimes it's just fun to talk about sports. I love just talking about sports, and sports can be the most fun thing in the world. What you actually feel, it can sometimes be tougher, and I think that's why it's nice to do this. Not everybody does this. Not everybody's going to go online and just share what they think and just say, look at me, world. I'm just joking about that. But, like, not many people do that, but I think there is almost a cleansing of that. I feel like I could just get off my chest even though I might not be making any sense, but maybe somebody out there could be going through something. You could be going through something, and who knows, like, just to have that, like, realization that somebody else out there kind of gets me. But it doesn't matter how often, like, I talk about these things and create videos or create just, like, shows and do all this stuff. Like, when I'm actually with somebody, it's just that immediate awkwardness that it's just like, it's tough. It's like, I'm just socially awkward in so many ways that it's like, I am, I just talking to people. I have this, like, compulsion just to say everything and continue just to say something, just to fill the air, because I'm I'm talking about one-on-one with somebody, so uncomfortable with the silence that I have to just say something, and I never even know what the freak is coming out of my mouth. I never know how it's even come, because a lot of times I think about, what the heck did I just say? Why did I just say that? That was, like, not at all what I'm meaning, and it probably came across terrible, and even hearing myself say it sounded terrible. I just say things just to say things to fill the air, because I don't even know what it is. And I've always struggled with that. I struggle with the same thing as just if someone says something, just laughing, just to almost this compulsion to make other people feel good. But it's like, people don't need to be everything they say laughed at, and everything they say smiled at, but I don't know what it is, Everybody has their quirks. But, it's just, it's life. And I like this, the description I put on here, life is heavy. Life is heavy. It can be heavy at times. Heavy for anyone, who knows? I hope it's not heavy for you right now, but maybe it is. And maybe anyone out there ever hearing this, just hear someone else going through things, and everybody's going through things. Everybody has their own way they're wired, the way you are wired, and the way that you approach life, the way you feel about things, what really gets you going and all that. And everybody's different. So I'm not going to really go into, like, any news or sports. I guess I could say this: the Chiefs are still 9-0. So I'll throw that in there. Chiefs are undefeated. They kind of, snuck by the skin of their teeth. Is that the saying? Is that how the saying goes? Either way, I mean, I know I talk about, I always, like, if I bring up any sports, I talk about the Chiefs, I'm obsessed in that way, I like the Chiefs, but someday, I mean, I'll make a show, do stuff about just other sports, not just talk about the Chiefs. I gotta branch out, I gotta get my feelers going, and all that. So I don't know. Either way, we're almost to hump day of this week. And so I hope you all out there are staying safe and happy and everything's going well. I know anybody, you're going to go through crap. Life is just going to hit you knock you down. But we all we all react to it differently, you know, and I needed to just talk about this, just randomly talk about it. I hope none of this probably made any sense, but if it did to anyone, you know, that's awesome. So, well, I think I'm going to close up and we'll keep going. So in your life, keep going, whatever you're doing. I hope you know that other people out there going through things as well, and just keep going. And that's something I struggle with. Just don't quit. Keep fighting. Keep going. So we'll leave it at that. We'll just talk to you later. Have a wonderful day.